Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today we are going to play a Freljord Allegiance deck. The type of allegiance that many have deemed meme-worthy and not really competitive. We are here to prove the naysayers wrong, as we're going to feature a deck called For Avarosa. A deck, as you can see, that has 37 Freljord cards and 3 Ionia cards. You can pretty much guess what Ionia card we are splashing onto this bad boy. I'm pretty sure you guessed it right. It is, of course, Deny, because one of the main weaknesses this deck has is single target, or not single target, right? Non-damage based removal. The likes of Will of Ionia, Vengeance, and Ruination. We need to be able to answer that so the likes of BRAUM can shine, right? So because we have really good means to bypass damage-based removal with likes of Take Heart and Elixir of Iron as well. So we have a Frostbite mid-range sort of list that is generally built around making Avarosa and Outriders shine. Avarosa and Outriders is the reason why we are playing this deck to begin with. He's a 4-mana 3/3, the Allegiance card for Freljord that grants the top unit in our deck +3/+3 and Overwhelm. He has Overwhelm himself, so he's even better than a 4-mana 6/6 with Overwhelm, as he's spreading out Overwhelm over 2 different bodies alongside the stats. So he's actually, in my opinion, one of the strongest Allegiance cards in the game, but people don't really know how to build Freljord Allegiance to begin with, so he doesn't really see much play. And to be fair, it's a difficult thing to do because the region itself right now is very limited to just go all in for... You know, it's not like Demacia or Shadow Hours, right? It's more of a support region in many cases, but that will change with the new expansion. I do expect Mono Freljord to be much easier to build with the inclusion of likes of Sejuani and Ember Maiden. Ember Maiden is just an outstanding card, man. Even though I don't expect Ember Maiden to be played that much in Mono Freljord deck list, as she is meant to shine with other regions. But my whole point is Freljord is getting a lot of really neat toys, and it will be stronger as a Regents and will be able to justify an Allegiance deck better. But this deck is surprisingly efficient, and we recorded a live session facing up against the top tier meta decks in the ladder, and pretty diverse matchups too. Very, very happy with the live session that I recorded for you guys today, and I can showcase how this deck can be, you know, what's the word I'm looking for here? English, my English. Surprisingly, I'm gonna go with surprisingly. I was gonna use another word, but I kind of drew a blank there. Surprisingly effective. Let's go with that. So this deck is a Frostbite deck. We have Omen Hawk and Starlit Seer. Starlit Seer in a vacuum is a fantastic 2-drop. Has yet to find a proper home in a top tier deck, but I do believe that will change in the future. Regardless, he puts in the massive work here alongside Omen Hawk. But more so than Omen Hawk, we're able to buff the units in our deck, and every single unit in our deck benefits significantly from getting buffed, hence why we are including them in a deck with the Avarosa and Outriders to begin with, right? We have BRAUM, which, you know, loves getting buffed. BRAUM at 3 attack or higher is an absolute menace for the opponent, which is why Deny from Ionia backup can be really, really key. Also, Rime Fang Wolf because of the low health stat, Ashe because of the low health stat, and Rime Tusk Shaman because of the low health stat. If we get this above 3, this card is an absolute menace and a super underrated 5-drop from the region that just puts in so much work and provides us so much value and gives us a potential aid for a finish with Ashe in the late game. But she's also really good against Elusive decks, for example, and just all sorts of matchups that are mid-range or unit-based, as we can really halt them and prevent atrocity plays as well with They Who Endure matchups. There's so many different cases in which this card just puts in the massive work, and it's a prime recipient of a buff from Avarosa and Outriders, because if this is a 6/6, it's very hard for the opponent to kill through sheer damage alone. We could keep it safe, and it could just give us the upper hand in a dragged out mid-range war, which I really like that about her. We have, you know, some Frostbites here in Brittle Steel, Harsh Winds, and the Iceville Archer. We're not playing the Flash Freeze because I prefer Take Heart and Elixir of Iron to keep our units alive. Also, these cards work really well, especially the Elixir of Iron with the Starlit Seer. We want to be able to trigger the Starlit Seer as many times as possible. We are lacking card draw in this deck, which is one of the weaknesses. We can run out of gas, but because of the way our curve is structured, we don't really need to draw cards, as we're aiming to finish off the game around, you know, between 7 and 10 mana. So as we run out of gas, we're looking to finish off the game right then and there, right? So this deck can go on without card draw. It plays kind of similarly to a Demacia Bannerman deck. That's the answer that I have when people say, well, you don't have any card draw. Well, Demacia Bannerman doesn't have any card draw either, and they do just fine, right? So we take this a very similar approach. Also, shout outs to Battle Fury. It's there as a one-off. It may seem a little bit random, but it can be low-key the MVP of a game. And it puts in quite a bit of work in today's recording, so you guys will see. I'm very happy with the games that I got, and I'm very happy with this deck. It's very fun, it's a different take, and people don't really expect mono Freljord. So if you do want to play some BRAUM and Ashe together, and you want to see if this Allegiance deck can put in the work, then try it out yourselves, and let me know what you think, and hopefully you enjoy the matches you have with them. You enjoy the matches that I got for you today, and you subscribe and leave a like and all that stuff. It helps me out. The new expansion and the official release of Legend of Runeterra is coming, and I cannot be any more excited. And I really just want to know what the new region is. Hopefully we will get to know that. Hopefully we get an actual like champion reveal today. I'm not sure because there was no Ionia showcase yesterday, so I am a little bit concerned, but if there is, you can expect a video of me talking about Sub Champion alongside this gameplay upload today as well. And that's all I gotta say. Have a solid day. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for daily Runeterra content from your favorite fake Brazilian card boy, because it is a very highly contested title for sure. And I'll stop talking. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, here we go. We're facing aggro spiders right off the bat. I'm not sure how this matchup is. Our ability to deal with spread out board states, we're not playing the likes of Avalanche, can be quite limited. I'm gonna go ahead and do a full mulligan though. Even though Rhyme-Fang Wolf is not actually terrible, I want to have a really early curve going on here so I can match my opponent's board state. I could have kept one Rhyme-Fang, but I like seeing Brittle Steel. These two obviously aren't all that great.
I'll do better this time.
I think I can take the hit from this. I don't really like. I'm preventing 3 damage potentially, but this could put in much more work. An attack. Even though Iceville Archer could be decent, I'd rather preserve it for next turn, waiting for them to do something. Unless they decide to open attack, in that case I'll trade the hawk into one of the spiders.
Who's ready to reckon?
Not gonna lie, that's a bit of an issue.
A chill in the air.
I'm gonna play the archer to deal with that. The problem is after I frostbite, surprised he doesn't attack with that guy.
I'll protect the villages.
I'm gonna go ahead and frostbite this so I can preserve my 4-2 on the board. I can trade with the spider, take that down, and next turn we will drop the Avaros and Outriders. Or you. I like you. No, you don't really do that much. I mean, Brood Awakening could be a thing here. I am a little bit concerned about a Brood Awakening. I'm gonna pass. Yeah. God. Next level. I was definitely like expecting a potential play like that, so now I get value out of my deny. And I can hold on here. I don't want to trade a 4-2 into a 2-2. Like this can represent so much more. Just pet. Who goes there? We're gonna drop the Starlit Seer. I'm gonna follow that up with BRAUM, but we don't want to reveal BRAUM just yet. Okay.
Let us get going.
Now we reveal BRAUM. We're still gonna take quite a bit of damage here.
If it's a fight they want, Help is underway.
But I'm gonna hold on here.
It is easy, see? First we fight. This is fun, yes?
I'm gonna attack first. We have harsh winds back up here, which we don't plan on using this turn. I have the Avarosian Outriders, which I will reveal afterwards. Like, I want to see what kind of board he's generating first, and I don't want to play into something like another Frenzy Skidder.
How about a game of that?
We play the Outriders, we get a nice 3/3 blocker here, and the next unit that we drop will be pretty damn thick. We are very low on health though, so we need to be very wary of this. And it would be nice if we actually draw into a unit.
The sun's out, the crowd's ready. Let's rock it!
I'm gonna like make him think that I actually have some potential plays here, and that I'm pondering them. Like, instead of just passing immediately, which just tells him I have no units. Sure.
Let's take a real close look at the action.
Alright, so we want to block with you here
Safe with
to eliminate this, and we want to block with you here.
Who goes there? This would be a good winter.
That buff from these buffs from the Starlit Seer are gonna go quite a long way here. Now, I could expect my opponent to go for an axe onto the spider to kill off BRAUM, and in that case, this brittle steel is gonna come into play. It's gonna be really, really clutch. That's why I blocked like this. Otherwise, I would have blocked the other way around. But this way, I can afford to remove a body from the board. All right. I'll take the 2 damage, but I'll preserve my BRAUM. Thank you.
An auspicious season.
And whatever unit we're gonna draw is gonna be big. It's gonna be really big. Alright, we're down to 6 though. We need to be very, very, very wary of that. Whoo, look at that, son.
Not and ready.
Look at that. That's a big archer. That archer went to the gym. That archer eats 7 times a day.
In? My shield is my sword. Good luck. Have fun. Vermin.
I mean, go big or go home, am I right? I think here, this way we protect against, no, I mean, what are we vulnerable against? Let's just do this.
Blessed by snow and stars.
I'm the aggro now. Bigo face. Is that a decisive maneuver? That's a yeah. That's why I spread out. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay, that's why I spread out the way I did. Cause I thought about that, like, cause I was gonna go all in on this guy, but I'm like, what if he has a decisive maneuver? Let's actually, you know, spread our buffs just in case. We got harsh winds, so we can halt him. Come at me, bro.
I'll do better this time.
Come at me.
Let's not ruffle our feathers. My light for Avarosa.
I love the Freljord music. It's epic AF.
Now we're cooking.
Now we're cooking. I'm gonna teach you a little bit about gastronomy, bitch. Eat this lasagna. Auspicious season. There we go. Ah, not bad. Oh, Battle Fury, baby. It seems random, but it can put in the work. All right, round 2. All right, we're facing some Karma. I was gonna say Karma Easy. I'm so used to saying Karma Easy. Karma Heimer. How do we feel about that? How do we feel about that? We don't feel crazy about this hand. Yeah, that's much better. Starlit Seer and Avarician Outriders are the cards that we want, generally in a control matchup, as they represent the body to apply damage themselves, but they translate a bunch of other, you know, value to the rest of my deck. And allocating strength on other cards and building them up is pretty important. Having that said, we are going to Frostbite the Punk Pickpocket. Static Shot could be a thing, so I don't want to drop double Archer here. So I'm going to go for an attack. From the trade.
Don't be calling no enforcers.
Nice.
You name it, I'll nick it.
It's problematic. We have to drop the Starlit Seer. It has to be the Starlit Seer when we drop here, because if we drop another Archer, we're vulnerable to a Mystic Shot and a Thermogenic Beam, and we cannot have this thing connect.
Set out the goods on this one.
It's not bad.
Fly away while you can.
I'm gonna hold on to this.
Many tribes, one Freljord.
Nice. Let's get the Avarician Outriders there. I want to preserve this for when he actually, like, because there I'm just like, I'm already taking 3 damage.
I will unite the Freljord.
I definitely want to play Ashe.
The honor is ours.
Because I really, really want that 5 attack. I need to start applying some pressure to this man. The longer the match goes, the more in trouble we will be, so we will always drop Ashe here. We have the Elixir Baron backup.
What seems to be the problem?
Alright.
Avaricians, stand together.
Mr. Dinger's inside. We can't really do anything about that. Like, we're not gonna, like, miss out on our attack because of this. We need to preserve that. This is a very important hit. Dropping him down to 12 is really, really key. Hello? Okay.
Round and round it goes.
And he dropped the Spirit's Refuge, which is interesting.
Winter take you.
We want to level up Ashe so that we can...
Unify the tribes.
A sturdy construction.
That's why I didn't play anything else there. Okay, Will of Ionia.
Yes, again.
This Battle Fury is going to be really important. But because he had Will of Ionia, that means he has no Thermogenic Beam, and he has no other way to deal with Ashe. Definitely want to block
Stay
here.
back.
Okay. We have 7 mana, which means... Oh, and that deny is really, really key. I think... Do I want to prioritize... Do I want to keep that deny? I think I do. I'm going to drop you. I think, because he showed Will of Ionia prior, I think that means he could still have a Mystic Shot.
Silent as death.
Our ranks fill the valley.
Unforeseen outcome. sweet smell of science.
I will unite the Freljord.
I have take card
Mother Ashe, the honor is ours.
plus deny. Huh.
BRAUM will protect you.
Avarosans protect each other.
I'm gonna play BRAUM here. Like I don't think I didn't think too much about that play because I could enable harsh winds plus deny otherwise to go for the kill, but I feel like that's going all in, you know? I don't feel like I have to do this, especially having Battle Fury in my hand. I feel like I can fight for this value game. I have the tools, I have the resources to do so. I can use BRAUM to finish off Heimerdinger.
Swiftly now.
We're gonna Frostbite this.
My shield is my gun. This is fun, yes? Surround them.
It's too late for you.
Okay.
Only holiday worth celebrating.
Was that another Heimerdinger? No, just the progress, the main deck progress. Okay, T-Hex is coming down, but as long as we keep this harsh winds and these challengers, we're good. I could have gone for lethal there, but should I have gone for lethal? I could have. He could have started a Mystic Shot. I mean, why go for that? I have the deny. I have the deny, and he can only answer this BRAUM with Will of Ionia. All right.
It is easy, see?
He could have had a Mystic Shot there to finish off this if I went for lethal like that, and I really wanted to deal with Heimerdinger. What I'm worried about is a Karma coming down.
My spirit is an unquenchable fire. We'll bring peace to Ionia, whatever the cost.
Winter is the Freljord's true ruler.
Stand behind BRAUM.
Bitter cold.
All right.
Through the ice.
Let's show our friends the good luck. Have fun. Our ranks fill the valley. Surround them. This is fun, yes?
Still lethal. I'll take it. Woohoo! There we go. Overwhelmed, bitches! Nice! Battle Fury, man. Battle Fury just... My God! MVP! MVP! Oh man, it feels really good to take down a Karma on turn, like, past turn 10. That's always gonna be so satisfying. More so than regular. Alright, how low is that? Okay, we can go more. Alright, so whenever you see these two champions combined, you can very easily assume it's some standalone elusive degeneracy. So we gotta react accordingly to this. BRAUM, how good is How good is this hand? This is actually difficult to assess. I think we could drop the Harsh Winds for now. Iceveil Archer can be really neat. I'm gonna keep the rest of this hand because I like Braum with Take Heart, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I like this though. Because I generally I want to have Braum in my deck and buff him, right? But the odds of us getting that buff, it's also like a little bit, you know.
Fear beyond.
We're gonna play the Starlight Seer. We have this plus the problem is we can't Braum into like a Fiora standalone, just shuts it down. So we're gonna go for the attack.
I walk my path alone.
How can Braum
I'm gonna go for Braum. Definitely has a standalone.
Fast as wind, light as air.
Not much we can do there.
we go where the War Mother bids?
We're gonna play the Avarician Outriders. No, not you're just your run-of-the-mill standard degeneracy. Oh my god, I hate this combo. We have to we need to draw something like really useful here. That's the kind of shit I like to see.
Knocked and ready.
The dark beckons.
That's exactly what I want to see.
Vermin. Good luck. Have fun.
Yikes.
It is easy.
Any sense is the crying emote too? Grade A douchebag.
They'll never see me coming.
Silent as death.
All right, GG. That deck is basically an attempt to just high roll the movie. Like if you draw into the opener with the Solitary Monk, and obviously there's a lot of ways to counter that deck. We have Frostbites, but I mean, it was my I kept the hand with I think I definitely made a mistake mulliganing. Like, it's important to know, you know, my opponent had a pretty nutty opening, but we do have ways to deal with that. We have Frostbites. We have Harsh Winds, which we did mulligan away. We kept the Braum, which I knew I shouldn't have. And on top of that, like, my opponent had the Purify, which ended up being very much relevant. So, yeah. That's one of the most, like, that's like karma levels of disgustingness, though, because it's pretty much, it's a deck that's trying to cheat out of any sort of interaction and win the game really early on by some pretty game-breaking mechanics. You know, like, Elusive is a very, very big problem moving forward, and that game is a very good example as to why. I don't think the mechanic is healthy for the game in the long run. I've said this for a long time. Even though I don't think Elusives right now are super prevalent or, you know, toxic, but I think as more expansions come out and more cards, you know, the card pool gets bigger, if they print more Elusive cards or any sort of support for Elusives, it's always going to force them to nerf something, because it's always going to get out of hand, because it just ignores a basic aspect of the game. I don't know really how to fix the whole thing, but it is one of the biggest issues from a balance perspective that I see. And, you know, we'll see how that resolves in the future, I guess. Well, yeah, let's see if we can find a non-elusive game. Alright, so Karina control. This matchup can definitely be tricky. I don't like BRAUM here. I think he's too slow. I'm gonna do a full mulligan. That's more like it. We need stuff like, we need Omen Hawks, Starlit Seers, Avaros, and Outriders. Those are our prime resources for any sort of control-based matchup. As we get to allocate the stats somewhere else, and we get to buff up our units so that we can bypass their single target damage-based removal. Or damage-based removal in general. Elixir of Iron is really neat. Brittle Steel is kind of irrelevant, but I'll take this hand for the other three. Ooh, and I'll take double Starlit Seer. Are you kidding me? Are thou kidding me? We're gonna go for the Omen Hawk here. It kind of sucks that we play Omen Hawk and we don't have Elixir of Iron backup for the Starlit Seer, but that is something I have to live with. I'm gonna go for the open attack, I believe, because if he plays an Elise, he won't be like, yeah. I'll get 1 damage on him. Who goes there? We're gonna play this. He may have a thermal beam, but we have to risk it. And hopefully he doesn't go for the removal immediately, as I do want to play a second Starlight Seer before I start dropping my spells. Alright.
Here beyond. That egg. Did it move?
See if the opposite go for the attack here. It sucks. I would have loved to be able. Ooh. Who goes there? I love this shit. Are you kidding me? I love it. I'm gonna go for the attack. I'm gonna make use of these brittle steels here.
These eyes see all. You have to get me out of here. This will be a good winter. Blessed by snow and stars.
Every time we play one of these spells, we get a big boy buff. And this deny is absolute money.
You are safe with BRAUM.
Must not ruffle our feathers. Fly away while you can. This will be a good winter. Blessed by snow and stars.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Bile Feast. Ha.
Sometimes icy heart just needs warm smile.
Look at this. Look at the value, son. Remember when I said the brittle steels were irrelevant? Nice meme. My god. And this deny is my lifeline, dude.
See?
Oh my fucking lord.
Ash, tell me a story.
How can I say no to
Let me
that?
tell you about Avarosa.
How can I say no to that? Right, sure. Feathers.
Show me a target.
Obviously, we're gonna frostbite that, so we're gonna frag you. He has to chump block with the 1/1 onto the Ash. Use that there. Mystic shot? Yeah, we'll take it. Again, our deny is way too important. We need to deny like stuff like Runation, Vengeance, shit like that, because otherwise our stats are too damn high, boy. We don't deny that. 4 mana for 2 damage, 1 to face. Whatever. Be my guest. It's all good, son.
Swiftly now.
We're gonna go for the attack. Don't quite kill him yet.
There's nothing to fear.
That's fine.
We must all make sacrifices.
Show me that thermo beam. Irrelevant. Irrelevant. Yeah, you have to work harder to get that deny out of me. All right. I don't even think this is a problem.
Sometimes icy hot just needs warm smile.
We're gonna buff there. And I don't think keeping this alive is that important. Yeah, I don't think so.
Ambition incarnate.
That's weird. Doesn't level up my Braum though, which is annoying.
Ready.
We want to go for the kill here. We still gotta have to deny. And now we go for it. Gotcha. Gotcha, brother.
The time is right.
Strike now.
I'll lead us to victory.
She will. Let's take it home, shall we?
Show me a target.
GG. Nice. There we go. Not bad, man. Not bad. We had some good games today. You know, except for the third match, which you know, was very interactive, interesting gameplay. I really like the session today. I think we had very diverse matchups. English. We showcased all sorts of different matchups for this deck, and overall, I'm very happy with it. Really showed that even though people write off Mono Freljord as a meme, it actually has potential. It's still lacking, like, to be a true like tier 1 competitive deck. It's definitely lacking, but it's close to getting there, man. Avaros and Outriders is a great card. And Battle Fury, dude. Battle Fury, low-key OP. I wish I could have showcased the Rhyme Tusk Shaman with the Avaros and Outriders buff. But I mean, you can't showcase everything in just one live session, right? Regardless, if you guys want to try out something new and give Mono Freljord a shot, then, you know, try this out. Braum is satisfying as heck, as always. And yeah, this deck is just all sorts of fun to play. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the live. Thank you for watching. Leave a like because it helps out my videos, and subscribe for more daily Legends of Runeterra content. The new expansion is coming, and I got a lot of stuff that I'm working on. I know I've been saying for a while that I'm working on the deck building guide, but I'm putting a lot of work into it, and it should go up with the release of the new expansion. So stay tuned for that. And that's all I gotta say. Have a soul day, I'll see you around.